Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mr. Guy on Board Game Geek, bringing you and on YouTube by the way, bringing you I think it's going to be our 7th episode of Posthuman, and we're racing to the finish. Well, sort of. One of us is racing to the finish. The other of this two-player scenario has become a mutant and is trying to prevent our one lone human from getting to the last remaining human city, but she is closing in, she is 2 moves away, and he has yet to stop her. So, we're going to get right on it. Let's get started. I've been filming way ahead, so I don't know if I have any corrections or not. Oops, sorry. If I do, I apologize, and we'll get to them. We'll address them in notes or something like that. I don't think I am. I think I've been going pretty smoothly, though. This does have some complexity to it. So we shall see how this goes this turn. Let's start by drawing a new event card. Okay, new event card coming up. What do we get? Boom. Dark Days. The player with the highest current morale immediately takes... Okay, well, the character with the highest morale is a mutant, so I discarded this last time. I'm going to discard it again. Boom! Okay, and that's going to be the event phase. So now we have to eat. Now, our only human player still has 2 food left, and she's going to consume them because she has no choice. And then we're going to take our actions. So let's do that. So Annabel, the dancer, is eating some food. Mutants don't need to eat. They're surviving on the land. They know how to do that, I guess. Or with their mutant spike hands or whatever, they get to kill stuff. However that works out for them. We're going to do our actions for both of them right now. Okay, we're going to reveal our actions. So Annabel is going to forage. And Doug is going to attempt to steal from her. Let's see what this mutant action card does. It says steal. Pick a player that on the indicated terrain type. Well, he was hedging his bet that she'd still be on the wilderness terrain. They're going to roll a speed. They're going to roll a die and add their speed to it. They're both fast with 5 speeds, so it'll be an even roll. If you tie or they beat your score, nothing happens. However, if he beats her, she might lose some food and some other stuff. Could be bad for her. But let's we're going to forage in that space. So that means we're going to get a supply card and forage the space dry and tap it out of all its resources. Okay, here's the supply deck. We're going to take this and flip it over. She has now foraged that space. It can no longer be foraged. And what does she get? She gets a weapon. She wanted food. Oh no. She gets a weapon though. So we're going to draw from the weapon deck and see what she gets. I mean, this could be helpful. She might get a better weapon than she has, even though she's doing pretty good with that darn spear, and she needs bullets too, by the way. Anyway, what does she get? She gets a hand axe. We've seen this before. Doug got rid of one. So the hand axe is not... I don't like the hand axe better than the spear, because the spear reduces the first round of attacks by somebody else. So I don't think she's going to take this. She's only got 1 inventory slot left. Well, I can keep 3 cards. She's going to put it in her hand. Here's the 3 cards that she has. She has the scope, which I don't like at all. The book, which is very useful to her if she camps. And then the hatchet. So those 3 things are in her inventory at the moment. And that was it. So she didn't get any food. She's going to use her last food. And if Doug steals some, she's going to lose morale. Very, very bad for us. Okay, now we're going to do the steal action. We're going to roll first for Annabel, then for Doug. Okay, what do we get here? Oh, Annabel rolled a 2. That is not good. Doug rolled a 3, so he beat her by 1, which means he's going to steal her last food, I think. Steal 1 food or 2 ammo. Sure enough, he is going to steal Annabelle's last food. She is going to go hungry next turn and lose a morale. That is bad, because her morale is getting low. Remember, Doug's goal is to turn her into a mutant. She's currently has 2 scars. If she gets 3 more, she will become a mutant, and the humans will lose. Okay, however, that ends the turn. So, that's just bad for for us. Bad for us completely. Alright, now she can't return anywhere where she's going to get any food right now, so she's just going to have to continue on. This is really a bad scene for her. However, we're going to continue to go on. It's going to start, so wrap around. Now we wouldn't have a mutant phase. Now, what he does get to do is because he has 3 mutant cards, and his hand now can consist of 4, he's going to get another action card. And I got that for him. So that ends the round, and that means we're going to go back and draw a new event card. Okay, let's see what we get here. Hopefully something good, maybe? Posthuman. The evolved are lurking in the shadows, ordering their mutant minions. Mutant encounters, that means that the expert roll it equates to a hit on this turn. That is another bad thing for Annabel. Uh-oh, it might be destined that Annabel does not get to become a human and get to the city. Well, let's hope not. Anyway, let's pick their actions and see what they're going to do. That was a really bad scenario for her, but we're going to see what she can do. She's going to pick her actions right now. And, I mean, she really doesn't have a lot of options. I think she's going to pull something pretty extreme to try and hopefully get some food in her belly. And I'm picking actions for our bad guy. Sadly, Doug wasn't our bad guy at one time. He was another human like her, but he has since turned. Okay, we're going to reveal our actions. She is going to move. Doug is doing a hit and run. If she is on those terrain types, he will get to do this. It says roll the die plus speed. They do the same. If you beat their score, they take 2 wounds. She's going to try and hurt her. But she is moving. And she is going to move off this tile. Immediately trying to find a way to get that. Now, let's see what she gets. So she gets a forested tile. Well, that's not so bad. She's going to, okay, she'll place it like this. Boom, and she's going to move there and immediately have an encounter and clear that tile. That actually worked out pretty well for her. Now, she is now in the encounter level 3 spot there, so we're going to draw from the encounter level 3 cards over here. Let's see what she gets. I haven't seen any of these before. I never got this far in my test runs. A Siren Elder. It's a mutant. It's a mental attack. He's got a mind of 4. She's only got a mind of 2, so this could not go. This could go not her way. Yeah. And let's see, player wins 1 or more, you overcome and gain this. Otherwise, they're going to take some potential damage. Let's roll and see what happens. Annabel gets a 4. That's going to be a 7. It's not great. I mean, the mutant has to roll a 1 or 2 to fail. He rolled a 1. Oh my gosh. Okay, she actually won. So she gets to keep that as a trophy. So Annabel doesn't survive this encounter here, which means we get to put a marker on it to show that it has been completed. And it's the only encounter she has to face there. Next up, she's going to get a supply card. Booyah. And what does that give us? That gives us a food and a gear. Okay, good. She's not going to starve next turn. Here's her food. I'm going to put it with her player board. And then we're going to get a equipment card from the equipment deck. Let's see what we get. A red dot sight. Mount permanently to a pistol, SMG, or assault rifle. So I'm a little confused about her rifle. I think it's not any of these, so I don't think she can do this. And reroll a single shot dice during a shooting round. Well, that's pretty good. I think as a result of that, because she can only keep 3 cards in her hand, she's going to have 4. We're going to get rid of this scope. It really kind of sucks she didn't use it. And so that is going to get discarded with the back to the equipment. I'm just flipping them up and putting them underneath, and then that is going to be her round. So she actually got a food, which is going to help her next turn immensely. And as luck would have it, this wraps around to here so she can get to this tile and maybe win the game, because her success there moved her up 1 more on the track. Yeah, pretty good. She might win. That'd be cool. Okay, but Doug hasn't finished with her yet. They're going to make a speed roll. He's got a better speed than her, so actually they're equals, so this is going to be Annabel's roll. She rolled a 1, and he rolled a 6, so Annabel is going to take 2 wounds from this hit and run attack by Doug. Doug could still win out for the mutants because Annabel is now at a 2. That is not good. That's going to end that action. Then we're going to go to the mutant phase. Now, again, because he took an action, this is going to get discarded, but he does get to draw back up to 4, so he's only got 3. He's going to get to draw a new card. We got that here. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to hide it away. That gives him an action, and he's just trying desperately to stop her from getting to the human city. She's so close, it's making him nervous. 1 more move, and she's done it. She will be in the safe zone of the human city. It shows an encounter there, so I'm going to look up and see if just getting there wins her the game. I'm not sure. If she just steps onto it, does she win? Because if she goes one more turn, she will move on to that, and then that'll be the end of that story, right? I would think. Game winning. So the game can end in two ways. When a human player reaches the fortress by gaining the 10th journey point, thus winning the game. Well, let's look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So I guess if she moves there, she wins. Okay, well, here's what I'm talking about. There are actually 10 points. This is point 10 on the track. Okay, so what we're going to take there, we're going to first draw an event card, rather. Oops, almost messed that up. Let's draw an event card. Guide. The player with the least journey points. Well, see again, in a two-player game, some of these just don't work. So this gets discarded because Doug isn't collecting journey points anymore. So there is no player with the least. And if it was, it would be him because he's not collecting them anymore. She's moved farther ahead. So anyway, from that we're going to take our actions. Okay, this could be the last event for our characters. There's Annabelle's action. Is she going to play it safe, or is she going to take a desperate run for the city? She should camp and heal, but I don't know if she wants to do that or not. And then for Doug, we're going to try and do something. We got to do something dramatic because she could win. And we'll see. We think we know. I think I know what she's going to do. In fact, I'm pretty sure of it. So here's what I'm going to play for Doug. And that is going to be it. We're going to reveal. So she is going to move. Now I'm going to assume that we at least finish out the turn and give the mutants at least one chance to stop her on the way in. I don't know. When all players' turns... Okay, so... Yeah. I don't know. If he doesn't, if she gets in there, I don't think he can stop the win. Even if I don't think he can. So that's a safe spot. We shall see. Because she is going to move. She's not going to forage or bother with that. She's going to move there. But after she cashes in her last food, which means she's going to have to only face one more level 3 encounter. We're going to pull that out. What is it? Watcher Slaver Train. This can't be good. It's got... Oh my god, this is going to be awful, actually. Okay, let me show you. Okay, this guy here is a mutant, and he comes with 2, not 1, but 2 mutant minions. So we got, see, it's +2 right there. And now it'll kill a follower or something. I have to see what this means. I'm not sure. Something about follower, not food, blah, 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 blah. Let's see what it says. So the Witch Slaver Train, I think that's her reward. She gets experience, and if she spends a food, she gets a follower. I think that's what that means. I'll look it up on the list of mini icons. So, if he wins in his attack, it's a bolo attack. It says, does not cause a wound. Player reduces 1 red die for the first round of melee against all opponents in the encounter. If you win the combat, you may pay 1 food. Okay, to draw a follower card. Yeah, she has no food, and this is going to end the game. Now the spitter, however, blah, yucky. Remember, we don't have any. We have a ranged weapon we're going to use, but it's not going to be a big gun that kills things because she's out of ammo. He does have a ranged attack. He's a spitter. If the spitter has at least 1 hit, we roll a speed test. If she fails the speed test, she's going to take a wound and draw a scar card. And then the tackler, that's his spit ability. Then the tackler, after shooting, player and tackler roll a d6 plus speed. He's got a speed of 4. If the tackler results as higher, suffer 1 die loss for the first round of combat. This guy has a health of 4. This mutant with this slaver train has a health of 4, 2, and 2. So we're in kind of a bit of a spot here because we don't have a lot of great things. We are going to get 1 shoot round, 1 die from him. And I think he's going to shoot somebody because I guess he goes on her speed and she's faster. I think we'll start taking this guy down. We're going to shoot him. He's the most dangerous in combat because he's got she has better combat than all of them, but he's the most dangerous with higher health and also a ranged 1 attack with the bolos. Not going to kill him. Well, that results in a miss for the So her hunter friend missed. Then she's going to charge him for combat, but not before all this happens. So the slaver train gets 3 dice to throw the bolas, and it got 2 hits on her. She can do really nothing about that. Well, actually, she can. She can, if you suffer a wound in a shooting phase, she won't suffer a wound from this. She's just going to lose a die. So when we go to melee, she will have 1 die down. Okay. Then we go to the spitter, who also has, now he will do damage. He's also going to roll 3 dice. He hits with 1, which is this. She now does get to use her gymnastic skill to try and tumble out of the way. You know, her pole dancing served her well as a dancer. If you suffer a wound in the shooting phase, roll a die. On a shield, you ignore the wound. Okay, we're going to try that. She did not get a shield, so she does suffer the wound. That puts her at 1 before she even gets into melee. And she's going to take another scar card. That puts her at 3. This is going to be tight, guys. Tight ending to the game. Now, he does not have a melee attack. So, now we get our dice for melee. So, we're going to start with 3 dice here. She actually normally gets 4 because her melee skill is 4. It's higher than everybody else's. So, she would normally have 4 where everybody else would have 3. However, this round, because of the mutant slaver, she's going to have 3 dice. And then with this, we got to do this first. The tackle. We're going to roll a d6 plus speed. Hopefully she wins, because otherwise she'll be down to 2 dice. So here is her roll. Okay, here's her roll. A 4. Not too bad. Now she's got a speed of 5, so that's a 9. This guy has a speed of 4, so they're tied. So he rolled a 2, so he missed this. So now they go into just regular melee combat. I think for her first round... Oh, you know what I was going to... Hold on, before we do that, I was going to have her do this with the stun gun. So let's roll for that. I missed that. I even said she had this weapon. She's going to use it on the mutant slaver. See if she can hit with it. She gets 3 dice with it. She did actually hit, so... only 3 dice are used, yeah, and basically it reduces, for this round of combat, he also is down a die. So she's going to roll 3, he's going to roll 4. She's fast. We're going to trade in 2 of these for the 2 defense dice. I like for her to be able to have extra possible defense. She rolled well, and she always seems to roll all hits when I put in these green dice. It's amazing. Anyway, she's likely to win this combat and do an extra wound. Oh, wait. First round of combat. Opponent roll 1 less die in the first round of combat. So she can't win. Okay. Or the bad guy can't win, rather. So she hit him with her spear. Spear does... There's a lot to keep track of in this combat. I think this is one of the reasons it's probably better to play with multiple people. Anyway, she hits with 1 wound on the spear, but this is a critical, so she also gets 2 wounds. So she took the mutant leader down by 2 wounds in the first round of combat. Now keep in mind that she's only going to have 3 dice for this full round before we go on the next round. Now she's going to do a round against the spitter. Okay. She's going to get to roll her dice. She rolls a question mark and 2 hits. That is going to equate to another hit. Now again, it's the first round of combat, so he's only rolling 2 dice. He probably cannot win. He failed miserably, so she didn't get any extra damage on him, but she does do 1 wound. So he's got 1 left. And then we're going to go into the round with the tackler. Same scenario. She gets 3 dice. He gets 2 because of the spear. What does she get? She gets, again, the exact same thing she got before. He gets 2 misses. Oh, wait. Yes, he gets 2 misses. Okay, so she did a wound to him. She's really took him out with the spear this turn. But now we're going to wrap around. Now, here's the thing. She's back up to 4 dice. They're back up to 3 dice this round. Okay? That's good, because she's now got a lot more options. We're going to go back and do the round with the Witcher Slaver. She might be able to kill him if she gets lucky. Again, I'm just going to put this out here. She's using the spear. And she gets, oh, bad roll. But she didn't have enough to do a reroll of anything, I don't think. Nope. No rerolls. No bueno. So she did get a hit and a shield. So that's what she got right there. She has no ability to reroll. So then the slaver rolls 3 dice, and ooh, he got 2 hits and 3 hits, right? Yeah, the question mark. Ooh, the question mark is not only hit, but it's also a knockdown, meaning she's going to have 1 less dice next round, I believe. I have to look that up. Regardless of that, she's going to get to block one of these. She's going to block the. She can't take the wound. Well, you know what? If she does this, if she blocks this, they're tied, and they're both going to hit each other. That's what she's going to lose. She lost this fight. Wow, that stinks. Is there anything I can do? Does she have anything we can do to resolve this? Because she'll get other scars. Well, so guys, if she loses this fight, it came down to this. She loses this fight, she gets 2. She's going to get at least 2 more scars, and she'll become a mutant. So it looks like Doug got lucky and stopped her at the gate because of the massive encounter that she faced right before reaching the city. Let's play this round out, and I'll show you. So again, we canceled the die, but she's only got 2 hits. Now, one was a critical. She's going to kill this guy, but he too is going to wound her with 1 and knock her down. So she only has 1 health left. She was down to 1 already. So Annabel immediately lost the combat. This is one of those bad horror movies where the bad guys win at the last 11th hour and you go, hey, that wasn't supposed to happen, but it does. So she would get knocked out. She would go back to her starting spot and get scar cards. And therein lies the problem. The scar cards are going to put her in a place where she can't. She would become a mutant because she's already got 3, and she would get 1 for losing the battle, and then 2 more for, or actually 1. Well, no, I take it back. Yeah, she get 1 for losing the battle against the mutant because he does 1 in an attack, and then she get 2 more for being defeated. Now, you notice this was just a scar, but these other 2 were mutations. She would have turned into a mutant. It wouldn't matter about what they are, actually. She would have become a mutant, and that ends the game. So right before she gets to the gates of the human city, she is defeated by the slavers who convert her into a mutant and take her into their band, where her and Doug live happily ever after. She was a hot pole dancer, so he probably likes that anyway, being that he's a gamer. Or dancer, rather, not pole dancer. I was making all that up. She's just a dancer. I don't know what kind. The picture makes her look like that. Yeah, she's probably dancing on poles. What do you think? Anyway, she knows how to use a knife too, so she's definitely not a ballerina. Anyway, let's continue on. So that's going to end our session, guys. That is Posthuman. I dig this game, guys. This is fun. It would be really fun to play with 5 people, even though I think it would be long. Anyway, let's go into my thoughts on this. So there's so much to do in this game, but once you get used to the rules, it's pretty straightforward and simple. I did not find it difficult in any way to continue to play this. It was pretty good to me, I think. Someone asked about the rules online. I said, nah, they're not the best written rules, but they're also not so difficult I couldn't get them, and couldn't get them after a read. For now, I did have an advantage of getting to get a first-hand play from the designers, right? Or not the designers, but the Mr. B Games, publishers. And so I got a lot, before I even popped open the box, I'd kind of played it, which helped a lot, I think. But it still left me with a few questions after reading the rules. Nothing major. I think we got through them, though I may have made a few mistakes on them. This was our learning session, don't forget. But in the end, I mean, it was tense. It was fun. I felt like we were creating a story as we went along, almost to the point where I was going to do one of my narratives like I did with A Touch of Evil, but with I have a new tool. It's a voice modulator, and it can change your voice into like a woman's voice or a man's voice. I was actually going to act it out and do it, but I didn't do that just from a time perspective. I still have other things I want to get to the table. And someday, if I can afford to do this as my job or something, which I doubt I ever will, that would be awesome. I could do all that cool stuff. But anyway, I'm going to give Posthuman a pretty big thumbs up if you're looking for a review. Now, again, you may not like the same. Well, I assume if you're watching a lot of my videos, you like a lot of the same games. So you probably will like this. I like story-driven games. I really kind of dig the fact it's competitive. There's also a solo version that you can play. I did not play that. I may do that. Circle back and do that again. Play the solo version instead. But for now, I have other things I want to get to the table. Anyway, Posthuman. Going to my game group with this Sunday, and I'm going to get it on the table. Actually, I got a game-a-thon weekend with some friends. We always do one after the first year. big game group, and we go to 3 different houses over the weekend, starting Friday night. I haven't told my wife all this yet, so I hope she's okay with it. She knows I'm going, just not all 3 days. And I probably won't do all 3 days. But anyway, it's going to be a lot of gaming. It's a lot of fun. Had a fun time last year. And this is getting to the table because I want to show it to other people, the people in my group. So that's what I think, guys. Hope you like this playthrough. Please leave me your comments and let me know. Let me know what you think. Also, I'm going to be playing. I'm kind of torn on my next ones. I have a few that I'd kind of like to talk about or get to the table for play. I also have been thinking about just doing some top 10s and stuff like that. Someone asked me to do like a top 10 on my solo cooperative type games. I may do that. Even though I think you'd be surprised, I play a lot of strategic competitive games in my game group. I just do a lot of solo and storytelling games for this channel. But heck, I mean, what did I played over last weekend? We played The Resistance. We played Avalon. You know, those 2 games are fun. They're bluffing games. Played Dead of Winter. I played Above and Below. I played Stronghold. I played also another. It's still a competitive game, but Transylvania Curses and Traitors, which I lost to the Vampire. Also, recently played Praetor. Again, St. Petersburg, and one of my favorites of all time, and I'll keep saying this forever, is now I'm totally just spaced out as I was talking. Yeah, Dominant Species. Thank you. There you go. And I love those games. I also love big epic games like Civilization, things like that. In fact, I was thinking about doing Through the Ages for the channel because that's a great game. But anyway, guys, we're going to end it there. I am going to give Posthuman a thumbs up. Check it out. It's definitely worth it if you like this style of gaming. I think it's fun, and I think the competitive piece makes it even more entertaining if people are turning into mutants and trying to stop the humans, and the humans are trying to band together, trade with each other, and help each other. Very cool. Very cool. All right, folks. I guess I'll see you on the next go-around. This ends this session. Unfortunately, the humans did not succeed. That is a sad, sad thing for us. Anyway, take care. I appreciate all your views and comments. Keep them coming. It's great stuff. Thanks for watching my learning session of Posthuman. I hope you got what you needed out of this to decide if this is a game you would want to play. And let's keep gaming. Bye.